Hello everyone, I am Mikael Lubag and I am here to talk about my ARC 23 final project, which is simply a custom shoe rack. What compelled me to build the shoe rack? The simple problem I am trying to address is the lack of storage space in our dorm. Specifically, I brought too many shoes and not enough space to store them properly. This area below my clothes rack in particular bothered me the most, since there was still so much space, yet I couldn't just place any normal drawer or cabinet there due to the base of the clothes rack being obstructed. Thus the proposal for this custom shoe rack. It is a straightforward idea, which is to make a shoe rack bench that is the right depth to store shoes, slots right into the clothes rack, and is convenient to use. For this project, the process is simply to acquire the materials needed, process them, and then assemble them. The main materials to acquire are of course the wood needed for the project. My initial idea was to get solid wood boards for the project to cut to shape, sand, and then stain with varnish. However, when I went home and visited a local scrap wood dealer, I came across these already laminated panels that were recycled from cabinets. Upon inspection, they were still intact, and the particle board material inside would make it convenient for me to use later on. They were sold by weight, and I managed to conveniently buy pieces that were already the size that I needed. These cost me around 600 pesos only. For the tools, since I was already at home anyway, I was able to borrow them from my dad. Among these, I only had to buy the corner braces, which already came in sets with the screws, and they only cost me 80 pesos to get everything that I needed. I will discuss the uses of the other tools in the project as I assemble. Here, I started marking the pieces that I needed to cut and trim. I felt the need to show that I cut the pieces using a table saw myself after learning from my dad, but it is a little difficult to watch, so I'll skip over it. Now with the assembly. The power drill is the most important tool here as it makes the screwing part a lot easier. I use the thin drill bit to drill holes that I can easily screw into later on, and the hole saw bit to drill the holes on the shoe rack's sides. I bought some laminated sheets along with the laminated boards that I wanted to stick to the side of the white wood boards, so that the exterior of the shoe rack is consistently gray in color. And the staple gun came in handy to install these. So this is how the final product turned out. Immediately after assembly, I was already able to seamlessly use it and improve my storage. As intended, it slots snugly into the space below the clothes rack. I opted to slant the shelves towards me for easier use, and I used the top of the bench to store all sorts of things, mostly bags and folded clothes. If it ever came down to it, I can probably also sit on it as a bench as well with no problems. Here is a cool screw burn mark that I got from the project. Just a reminder to be careful with power tools. That concludes my presentation of my final project. Thank you for tuning in.